So ezCater is an online marketplace for food at work. We specialize in large orders. We generally cater to the workplace. We have a few different types of customers, but essentially they boil down into people who buy food for others. So say a sales rep that's trying to get in with a customer and they're going to bring food. And then we also have customers that buy food for themselves. So a company wants to cater lunch for all their employees. What makes us kind of niche in what we do is we work with over 105,000 restaurant partners nationwide that specialize in large orders. Where many players in this space, they'll work with a lot of restaurants, but they specialize more in, it's Thursday and I'm tired and I'm just going to order a burger to get delivered to my house so I don't have to cook. Where those tend to struggle is with when you're trying to feed 30, 40, 50 people. And that's our ideal customer. Those are the people that we're trying to feed, and those what our restaurants sign up to feed those people through the ezCater platform. So we have a couple different sales teams. Our sales org is essentially divided into two large categories. We have our supply sales and demand sales. Our supply sales team work with the restaurants that are going to provide the food and supply. Our team is demand sales, which I can speak to a bit stronger. Demand sales works with the customer. Those are the people that are buying the food through the marketplace. Within demand sales, we have 4 different sales teams. We have our BDRs, which are doing very top of funnel prospecting type of work. We have our account executives, or AEs, that are closing net new business. We have our onboarding team, which receives the customers from the AEs. Basically walks them through their first 90 days of being a customer at ezCater. And we have our account management team that owns customers in perpetuity after they go through onboarding. And their responsibility is to really grow that relationship and look for opportunities to increase share of wallet. Within all of these teams, the numbers vary a bit. We are growing really fast right now. So by the time you see this, the numbers might be a little outdated. But generally, we have around 14 to 16 AEs. We have about 12 to 18 BDRs. That's actually going to grow pretty soon. It's about 24, 25 BDRs. Onboarders, I believe we have about 8 or so onboarders right now. And I believe our team of account management is going to be around 12 people. And a lot of these teams are going to be growing throughout 2023. Let's start with the top of the funnel. So our BDRs will receive leads from a few different places. We do a lot of ABM campaigns, that's account-based marketing. We have some BDRs that focus on specific verticals. Our other BDRs are assigned into specific geographic territories. So we'll have our ABM campaigns that they'll help with. We have lead lists that get assigned to them. We encourage self-prospecting as well. We also attend events regularly, and BDRs will get leads from those events. BDR's responsibility is to set that meeting for the AE. So if it started with BDR, the next step for the customer is to work with an AE. AEs can also receive leads from a variety of sources, including inbound leads, self-prospecting, BDRs as mentioned, as well as a few others. We'll go through a typical sales cycle for an AE. It could be as short as 1 to 2 calls. I'd say on average, probably around 30 to 45 days, depending on the solution that you're selling. Once that's closed one from the AE, the customer interacts with the onboarder for 90 days. That sales process for the onboarder, a lot of it early on is really just introducing ezCater, helping get users signed up within the company, walk them through how to use our platform. And then once that element is done, really start looking for upsell and cross-sell opportunities. What other solutions can we provide for these customers? And then into account management, their job really is to continue that process of upselling, cross-selling, increasing share of wallet. One of the unique challenges that we have that really account management solves is we don't necessarily win the entire company. We'll win a piece of the company, and then we really rely on account management to go win the rest of the company and earn their business as well. So interviewing for the role, it's going to vary a bit based on the role that you're interviewing for, but what you will get is you will meet with someone from our talent team first that does a phone screen with you. You will meet with a hiring manager to go over kind of high level expectations in the role. You'll meet with some peers. It could be one, it could be a few. Really strong opportunity, and I encourage any candidate to use that opportunity to really investigate ezCater. Ask those hard questions you want to know the answers to. What's it really like to work here? What's the boss really like, right, when they're not interviewing? Do I want to work for them, right? What are the expectations? How easy is it to hit quota? How many reps are hitting quota, right? What happens if I miss quota? I really encourage that when you're meeting with peers to ask those questions, and ask those questions with the hiring manager, right? So you can kind of compare for yourself and understand the company. So you'll meet with the hiring manager, you meet with a peer. Likely there will be some sort of interactive activity, and this can vary by teams. On acquisition, we tend to do role plays, where we'll put you through a role play situation. If you've sold before, it's common that we'll do a role play with what you're currently selling, and we'll act as your customer. If you've never sold before, we'll have you sell ezCater. The reason we don't do that for everyone is I'm more concerned about of evaluating your skill set than evaluating how quickly you can learn our solutions, right? We'll teach you the solutions once you're here. I'm not worried about that. I want to know how well you can sell. It's going to be easier for you to demonstrate that on something you're more familiar with. On the onboarding and account management teams, it's going to be similar. You'll meet with hiring manager, you'll meet with peers. Typically, they have more of a presentation engagement instead of a role play. So it'll be a bit of a presentation on, how you've been successful in the past, how would you handle specific situations, things like that. You'll get all of the questions given to you ahead of time, and then you'll present out to an audience on how you handle the situations, and they'll ask questions. It's a good interactive experience that you'll partake in. It is a great time to join ezCater. I joined ezCater a little over a year ago, and what we're doing right now is a really unique opportunity, a really special time to get involved with the company. We are growing extremely fast. I think we added last year, over 50 people to our sales org last year, which is remarkable. And we're continuing to grow very quickly. We promote internally a lot. On my team alone, I think we've promoted 10 to 12 people already. Very, very altruistic leadership team, right? You have somewhere that you want to go in your career. We're going to do everything we can do to help you get there, so long as you show up every day and give it your all. And that's a promise. When I hire leaders, that's one of the top things I look for is, do they have altruism as part of their DNA? And for our leadership team here, the answer is a strong yes. Everyone here has altruism in their DNA. The culture is really special. Along with the altruism, the support that you're going to get, the work-life balance and the work-life blend that you're going to get. I've never seen it like this anywhere else that I've worked. We have unlimited PTO, which is a cool perk. The difference is we actually mean it. Our philosophy is your PTO has already been approved. Just give your manager a heads up that you're going to be taking it, which makes us really unique and special. We do a lot of company holidays outside of the standard corporate holidays. We do summer Fridays. We do, personal wellness days where we'll just shut everything down for a day and go take a day for yourself, right? Make sure you're taking care of yourself. We have tons of resources available to make sure you're being taken care of. We put a lot of emphasis around DEI, and it's meaningful emphasis. It's not just a scarecrow attempt. Really, really special culture here. I'd encourage anybody, if you're thinking about a change, if you haven't looked at ezCater, you're missing out. Even if it's not exactly what you're looking for, take a look, because the culture that we have here is, like I said, something I've never seen anywhere else. I've worked for my share of companies.